I think it went well. We got a lot of new faces out here, a lot of freshmen, a lot of young guys playing, but we also brought back returners on both sides of the ball. So, it started off how we thought it was going to start off, and then, us older guys, we picked it up throughout the practice, and we got rolling, and it showed for sure.
It's funny you say you're one of the older guys because you're just a sophomore, but one of those few returning guys on defense. How have you kind of had to step up as a leader amongst that younger group of faces?
Big time for sure, but I think it's made me a better player overall. Last year, I was surrounded by a bunch of older guys who kind of were carrying the torch and they passed it down to me. So being able to lead these young guys is just a blessing for me, and it's making me a better player overall.
You had a pretty great freshman season and obviously recognized by the league for the season that you had. How do you step it up in your sophomore year to get to the next level and have an even more successful season?
I just keep doing everything I was doing. All that preseason stuff, it's a blessing, honestly, but at the same time, I think a challenge is a blessing. So I love it, and I'm just looking forward to the next season.
What are some of your expectations for this season? Like we've talked about the entire time, a lot of young faces.
Win a SoCon championship. That's it. SoCon ring or die trying for us. That's it.
Beyond that, what are some of the team goals that you have and some of your personal goals for how you want to do?
Our team goal is to win the conference. That is something we've preached since the end of last season. And my personal goals is just to be better than I was last year. I have my own personal goals that I write down every day, and I look at them before I come out here, and I'm going to do everything I can to attack them.
It's my fourth fall camp, and it's pretty exciting to be back out here. It's weird that it's the last one, because I've played this game since I was 6 years old. But I think it was a solid first day, much faster than we usually are. The operation of everything was just really smooth today, and it was encouraging. I think we got a lot of improvement, but we got a long way to go, and it's exciting though. I'm looking forward to it.
There are obviously a lot of young guys on this team, and you being a senior, how have you had to step up as a leader and kind of represent for the offense in that role?
Well, there's a lot of ways I've had to step up. Honestly, I've stepped into whatever role I can, if that's encouraging somebody or helping someone with the plays or just making sure everyone's on task. I've tried to do my best in that way, make sure intensity is up, just trying to fulfill whatever role I can and help anyone any way I can do it.
You spoke about it being your last seasons. What are some of the personal goals that you have in this last year and team goals overall?
Some of my personal goals, I would like to win a conference championship, and I know that's not technically a personal goal. That more has to do with the team, but that's more what I'm focused on. I want the team to improve as a whole, and I want us to have a successful season, because since I've been here, we haven't had a winning season, and I think that's most important to me before anything else.
Talking about playing football since, did you say 6th grade or 6 years old?
6 years old.
6 years old. That's a long time to play sport. Obviously, you got to love it. What has the sport given back to you? Because obviously, you've given so much to it.
It's taken a lot from me, and it's given me a lot at the same time. I've learned so much, especially just as becoming a man. I've learned to put others before me, and I've learned that not everything is about me, and I've learned to push through hard things in life and get through the end of trials, and it's been a very valuable experience for me. It hasn't been easy, but I wouldn't trade it for anything.
We had a really good practice. The coaches were really well organized, and because of that, our players had got a lot of good repetitions today, and we really picked up where we left off this summer, and really pleased with the first practice. Now, we all have things we got to get better because it was the first practice. Just the organizational piece and the effort piece, retention piece, very pleased with.
Talking to CJ, there's obviously a lot of young guys and new faces on this team. How has it been different for you as a head coach, coaching such a young group of guys?
College football has just become that. College athletics has become that. So you've got to be a transitional coach. In other words, you got to have a plan for your program in this day, this time, because of the rules we're all working underneath. So, we put a lot of thought into the process, a lot of forethought into the process. So we've had and executed a really good plan, and moving forward, we've got to execute it now, because we've got a really good football team. I love our talent in so many places. We were able to get better, and now we just got to coach. It's up to us, and it's up to the players to retain and keep giving us the effort, because they've been outstanding. They've done a great job for us.
Despite the youth, there is a lot of experience that has returned. How do you want to see guys like CJ, like Isaiah kind of step up
Yeah.
in their positions and be leaders for their groups?
Those guys are critical. Quincy Hughes on offense, critical. Luke Moyes, critical. Kyle Parsons, critical. We got a number of older players. We are a blend of very experienced and very good football players with some young guys who are really talented, or new guys who are actually older who are very talented learning a new system. And those guys have poured into them. The coaches have poured into them. And we had a plan. We weren't going to be caught off guard by what went on in college athletics, in our particular in college football. So we had a plan, and the coaches executed it, and the players have added to it with their, because they desperately wanted to. We played a place that Wofford College aspires to be champions. Right? That's what I love about being here. I don't want to be at a place that doesn't want to be a champion, and we own that responsibility. So our whole mission, ever since the beginning of this back in December, was, live our tradition, and coaches have, players have. So we just keep pouring into them, keep working. Good things will happen for us.
I know you've said that you're going to be deciding on the starting QB position basically the entire camp, but what are some of the attributes that you want to see from the guy that does get that starting role, and is there any clarity after this first day?
No, the first day there never is, because everybody's out working, and there won't be for a while, because they got to go in the room and they've got to compete, and they've got to compete now, because now we can execute for real. They've got to go out and execute. So the guy that wins the job is going to be a guy that can manage our offense, and that's manage the decision-making piece of it, managing the situational aspects of football that put our team in a position to win, and that means produce points and don't turn the ball over. So, I've got a great room. I have a best room I've had since I've been here in terms of talent across the board, and the guys who have been working really hard. So I'm probably more eager to see how they respond to now what truly is their chance to shine. So we'll see.
There were, a lot of highs and lows last season, just like every season, but still a lot of moments to be proud of.
Right.
What are some of your expectations for this year?
It's like always, like I spoke of. You can't coach at Wofford College and not expect to be a champion. That's what that's our heritage. That's our history. That's who we are. So, our charge is to live up to that and keep, grind our way there, because that's college athletics, college football. You got to grind your way to where you want to go, because everything right now is all talk. So we have set a culture here where we are not about the talk, but about the work. And the kids have done that for us. And, our body of work moving forward for the remainder of training camp will be just that.